Oops. Kind of successfully, I suppose.
Hello, welcome to the Sastre knitting podcast where I share all the clothes and things that I've been making. My name's Clarissa and I'm an aspiring clothes maker from Glasgow, Scotland. Today I have 4 finished objects to share with you, so I'll jump straight into it. My first finished object is this Musselburgh hat that I'm so proud of. I'm so happy with it. It's super cute. I'm a little bit sad that it's no longer the appropriate weather to be wearing a hat like this, but I'm still so happy to have finished it. The color is beautiful. I used Tumeke's hand-dyed yarn in the colorway Queen Charlotte. I absolutely love this hat. As you know, the Musselburgh hat is basically this long tube like this. You knit the crown first here, and then knit a long tube down just in the round, and then close it up, decrease and close it up. I'm sure I weighed the crown, so this top bit before you start doing normal knitting in the round, to see how much yarn it took to do this bit, so that I could make sure that I had just enough left over to finish this bit and maybe a little bit extra. But I don't know where I put that weight measurement. Like, I'm sure I weighed it, because I do remember weighing it. But since I didn't have that measurement, I just followed the pattern and just knit to how far the pattern recommended, and then decreased, hoping that I had enough yarn but also would not have too much left over. So this is what was left over. I think it's not so bad. I didn't weigh this either. I wish I had like a scale in the room where I normally knit and not have to keep going to the kitchen to measure the weight of my yarn. I really like this hat, if you couldn't tell. I reckon it's going to be super warm because it's, you know, double-sided and it's, I guess, doubly thick. But I kind of wish I knit it a bit longer, because I want like a longer, like a thicker brim. That's what I'm trying to say, but still kind of enough to cover my ear. So I think the pattern recommended whatever length, and I should probably have done maybe 1 centimeter or 2 longer, maybe 2 centimeters, so that the back is still kind of long and will still cover my ears, because it's like missing the bottom of my ear if I do it like that. So we'll still cover my ears. But yeah, I'm still really happy. I really like this a lot. I bought this microphone secondhand, and it doesn't have the magnet thing that it was supposed to come with. So, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. My next finished object is this Lonely Leftovers sweater. I really like this. I feel like this is super cool. This is one of the things that cool kids wear with like mom jeans, or like, you know, high waist, straight cut, or like a little wide leg jean, a fisherman's hat, and I'm not cool enough for that look. To be fair, that was probably last year's look. It's probably already moved on. I don't have outfit plans for this just yet. Maybe when the sun comes out a bit more and it's actually warmer, I'll be able to wear this. Just to recap, the Lonely Leftovers vest is a pattern made by Wool and Beyond, or Ellen Berlin. The yarn that I used for the body is the Wool and the Gang Billie Jean yarn. For the I-cord, I used Drops U 8 of 8. Is that how you say it? This was a super duper quick knit and really good for knitting as well. It helped that my gauge was super loose. You can see that the fabric is really quite open. It's got this really cool design feature where this top panel is knit horizontally. Well, I suppose you knit it this way, and then you make the I-cord, and then you do the rest of the vest this way, if that makes sense. But it's not too obvious in this yarn and this type of gauge, but I'll post a picture and you can see what I mean. Yeah, I really like it.
My next finished object is for Charlie the chimpanzee. This is my son's favorite stuffed animal that I made for him. And I made him a jacket, a little jacket, a little hoodie. I didn't use any buttons, partly because I'm lazy, but also because I kind of don't want to have to keep checking if it's loose. Jack's at an age, he's 2, and he's at an age where he can easily kind of chew on things and I just don't want the hazard to be there. I would rather not think about it. So I'm not putting any buttons on this jacket, but I did knit the buttonholes. Oh well. It's super cute. The pattern was designed by Louise Crowther in her book Wild Knitted Animal Friends. The yarn that I used was as recommended, the Scheepjes Catona yarn. I love this project because Jack's been learning to put this jacket on Monkey, as he calls this stuffed animal. He doesn't call him Charlie. And it's just been so cute. He's been saying monkey out every time he wears the jacket, which is Jack speak for it's time for Monkey to go out because he's wearing his jacket. How sweet is that? I'll also be making Monkey's t-shirt, shorts, and shoes at some point when I feel like it. It's been so sweet now with Jack and him watching me knit, because every time he sees my project bag or sees a project lying about, he's like, Jack knit, Jack make hat, or Jack make socks. It's so cute. I don't really know what the appropriate age is to start teaching them to knit, but I'm very excited for that to come. My last finished object is this pair of vanilla socks that I made with West Yorkshire Spinner's signature 4-ply self-striping yarn in the colorway Wildflower. So I used the pattern by Kay, or the Crazy Sock Lady. I followed the 9-inch circular method. I'll link the video tutorial in the description. I really wanted to knit this because I wanted to try if I would prefer 9-inch circulars or magic loop. And I think, at least for vanilla socks that use non-superwash yarn, I think I do prefer 9-inch circular. So even if I needed to use a magic loop anyway for the toe and for a bit of the heel, it was worth the needle change or the hassle of using something else, because the leg and the foot was just a breeze. I finished a pair of socks in less time than I thought I would. I suppose I don't actually know how long it took me to make this. So just on the yarn is lovely. The colors are beautiful, and it was, I think, because it's non-superwash yarn, I didn't have a problem with it at all. The composition is 40% wool, 35% blue-faced Leicester, and 25% nylon. This is fingering weight yarn, and the meterage is 400 meters per 100 grams. It's called 4-ply in the UK, so I think that's I don't really understand, but they call fingering weight yarn 4-ply. I'm so happy that I looked at the video tutorial from the Crazy Sock Lady's channel, because I completely forgot that she had a tip to close any potential gaps between the heel and the leg. Oh yes, so this is knit cuff down. She recommended that you pick up a stitch as if you are, like in my view, it's as if you're making one left, and then you knit it through the back loop, so it becomes a twisted stitch, and it really closes the gap quite nicely. This was such a joy to knit on 9-inch circular needles, and it was such perfect meeting knitting, so I'm already planning the next few pairs of socks that I will be knitting. I suppose I'm not sure if the 9-inch circular needles will work well with textured socks or even colorwork, probably not colorwork socks, but I will try the textured socks first and then maybe the colorwork. I don't know why I'm still not working on any colorwork projects. To be fair, it is spring-ish, nearly spring, kind of spring in Scotland, so maybe colorwork will have to wait until the autumn. I have one whip to share with you today. I have successfully frogged my Provence top from last week. No, not from last week. from the last podcast and cast on the Kuutar top, which is a pattern written by Sari Nordland. This is where I'm at for now. So this is the front of the top, which would go here. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and I'm currently working on the back. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that I have used leftover sock yarn to make the provisional cast on, but this is how much yarn I had left over from the sock, by the way, and I'm not sure what to do with these. Would I be able to make shorties with it? Let me know. So a few people have commented about my clothes having too much ease and, agreeing with me that I really need to work on like what kind of ease for what kind of garment would work well on my body shape. Absolutely, 100%. I hear you. I knit clothes that are a bit too big for me. For this top, the finished bust circumference of size 3 is 92.5 centimeters. For size 4, it's 102.5 centimeters. My bust circumference is 97 centimeters. So I fall just between the two sizes. This is supposed to be knit, I think, with 0 ease, and 5 centimeters negative ease probably isn't going to fit me. And I didn't want to mess with the pattern, first of all, because of this chart. And second of all, I don't have the time to learn to grade. I wish I did, but at the moment, I'm not there yet. I'm not ready yet, but I will at some point in my life. But today is not the day. My gauge is exactly 24 stitches for the 10 centimeter square and using the recommended needle size. So despite this being a little bit too big for me again, I will be knitting size 4. Don't come after me. I will just try. And what I'm going to do is to knit it a bit shorter. So I will follow the size 3 lengths. That way the armhole won't be too long. Hopefully won't be too big. It'll be size 3. In theory, that should be too small for me. Like 5 centimeters too small for me. So hopefully that'll work out. Let's talk about the yarn. The yarn is the Woolyknit 100% cotton in 4-ply, so it's fingering weight. The colorway is Dusty Coral. The meterage is 1,880 meters per 400 grams. It comes in a big cone. If you're also making the Kuutar top, I do have one tip. This wrap stitch here, it's gorgeous, by the way. I love it. I think it's so pretty. By the way, this wrap stitch, don't look for YouTube videos on how to do a wrap stitch. I recommend going to Sari's tutorial. I didn't realize she made video tutorials for her patterns, but she has one for this. And watch her do the wrap stitch because it's a bit different from the way the other tutorials that I watched looks like. For the provisional cast on, Sari recommended a website that explains how to do it, but I wanted to look at a video. So I followed Norman from the Nimble Needles, my favorite knitting tutorial YouTuber, and did the crocheted provisional cast on. I think it was super simple and easy to do. I recommend that. I have been saving my pennies the last couple of months because, I don't know, Christmas, and then it was my son's birthday, but because I've dived through my stash for a few projects already, I decided I deserve some new yarn. So I made a huge purchase just yesterday. Oh my goodness. So the yarn isn't here yet, but I did buy quite a bit of yarn. I think I spent like 150 pounds. They're meant to be for myself. for a few projects. I plan to make 2 cardigans and I think it was 3 pairs of socks and 2 summer either shirts or camisoles. We'll see how we go, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the yarn to arrive, and I will show you when it does. Right, that's everything. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!